Now, before you say, okay, and Jedediah, this thing you're sharing is Old Testament now. It's Old Testament. You know, in the New Testament, the Bible makes us know that Jesus came and he was full of grace and truth. We are in an era of grace. Listen, it was the testament that changed. The God of the universe did not change. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is still the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. And even in the New Testament, we see the same thing. The apostles communicated with the church, offer a free will offering. Ananias and Sapphira did their own, and they came and they lied to Peter. And Peter asked Ananias, is this the amount you got from selling the land? He said, yes, this is everything. And what happened? He died. He died instantly. He dropped dead. And his wife Sapphira, when she didn't see her husband for some time, also came. And Peter asked her the same thing. Is this the price? Is this the amount, the total amount you got for the land that you sold? And Sapphira said, yes, this is it. And what happened? She died. Peter made a very significant statement for Ananias. He said, you have not lied to men, you have lied to God. So even though Peter was God's representative standing and communicating with Ananias, as far as Peter was concerned, and as far as the Spirit of God was concerned, Ananias lied to God. He did not lie to man. He did not lie to Peter. Do you see how much God actually elevates the fivefold office? Do you see how much God elevates spiritual oversight? Now, do you understand that lying to your pastor is actually lying to God? Ananias and Sapphira did it, and they died instantly. They got judged instantly for it. And the reason they could do it was because they lacked the fear of God. And following the judgment of God, the fear of God was restored to the church. Look at it. He said, then immediately she fell down at his feet and breathed her last. And the young men came in and found her dead, and carrying her out, buried her beside her husband. Verse 11 says something very significant. He said, so great fear came upon all the church and upon all who heard these things. Verse 12 says, and through the hands of the apostles, many signs and wonders were done among the people, and they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. Yet none of the rest dared to join them, but people esteemed them highly, and believers were increasingly added to the Lord, multitudes of both men and women. So we see that the fear of the Lord was lacking, but after that was just. After the lack of the workings of the Spirit of the fear of the Lord was just, what happened? The fear of the Lord was restored. Verse 11 told us, so great fear came upon all the church and upon all who heard these things. The workings of the Spirit of the fear of the Lord was restored to the church. And after that, what followed? And through the hands of the apostles, many signs and wonders were done among them. And after that, what followed? And believers were increasingly added to the Lord, multitudes of both men and women. Remember, I said it earlier. I said the reason why we don't see the workings of the Lord as it were in the time of old in the early church is because the workings of the Spirit of the fear of the Lord is absent in the church. The fear of the Lord has departed from the church. Look at it. After Ananias and Sapphira were judged, the fear of the Lord was restored. And what followed? Signs and wonders. What followed? Increase, multitude. The Bible said multitudes were added, both men and women. So the reason why we are not saying these things is because the fear of the Lord has departed. Several believers don't reverence God anymore. They come to believers' meetings late. They disregard spiritual authorities. They disregard and disobey spiritual instruction. They gossip about each other, fight each other, connive with each other to bring each other down. The spirit of the fear of the Lord is absent. His workings have departed from our gatherings, and that is why we don't see his glory like the early church did.